Hi, it's John. It's April 6, 2024, and I'm at the mall across the street from the Eaton Center, and I want to show you something that's happening right now at about 12:22 p.m. Okay, just 1 second. So I'm going to try to zoom in on this. I don't use the zoom on this camera much, so I hope it works to the right amount. Okay, there. That's enough. I got it just for, well, actually I'm being blocked by this frosting a bit on the window here inside this mall. Okay, here we are. That's the fire department there, the Toronto Fire Department. And their lights are on. It's hard to see from this angle. Maybe I can get better from this angle. Oh, here, yeah, you can see their lights are on. And that there is the Eaton Center. Okay, you can see there's a sign there, Eaton Center. So they are right in front of the Eaton Center. And the reason that's relevant, yeah, it isn't. I just checked my watch. It's actually 12:21 p.m. April 6th. And the reason that's relevant is because I think they're there because of another fake alarm, another fake fire alarm. And I'm not surprised because I made an audio recording several days ago about a fake alarm at a mall I was in at the time, and then actually I was in that recording was about sorry, just there's a truck. No, I'm just distracted. Sorry, I got a lot going on around me. I'm distracted. Anyway, so I made a recording. I made that recording, several days ago. I don't know, maybe a week ago or so. That's on my website at planehitshouse.org. And whatever audio file that is, there it's there. It was put on in early April of this April. But anyway, that recording basically was talking about. I was talking about. A mall that I was in recently, at the time it was quite recent, where an alarm went off, a fake fire alarm, and then a few days later I was at another mall, Dufferin Mall in Toronto, and at that mall, actually I was there 2 days in a row, and both of those days, there were technicians working on the alarm panel. And I recorded one of them. I asked him, what the problem was, right? And he just said it was like, routine testing, right? But of course, if there was some problem, if they were hacked, they would not admit it, right? This is, I've learned this by now, and I mentioned this before in some of my videos, that, corporations, businesses, when they're hacked, are very unlikely to admit they're hacked, right? For everyone that admits it on the news, a lot of others don't admit it. Because obviously it doesn't look good for their reputation, right? Basically probably like, less than 10% of them will admit if they're hacked. So if their fire alarm panel was hacked, they wouldn't have admitted that. So there's another truck going by there. Now this is, again, I don't know this for sure that was a fake fire alarm, but I'm assuming it was, because usually what happens for a fake alarm is they will send the sirens. They will send the sirens, just as if it's a real fire, because until they're there, they don't know, right? They just assume on the side of safety, and then they come out, with their sirens, and the lights, right? Okay, so yeah, so just the fact that he's leaving so quickly, it's obviously got to be a fake fire alarm, because otherwise, if it was a real emergency, they wouldn't be there just a few minutes, because they just got there. Like, they just got there. I think it was like 18 or 19 after 12, and I started this recording at the 12:21. Okay, so now I'm just pointing at the floor. Here, get back to my bench here. And I'm just gonna put the camcorder back on myself here. I know what the problem is here. I still got the zoom on. Okay, so I got to turn the zoom off here. As usual, this is far from a Hollywood production. But anyway, now I can see my battery's almost dead too. Anyway, so basically, that I mentioned, that fake fire alarm from my audio, from about a week ago, and then as I mentioned on the audio from about a week ago. Well, it actually happened a few days before I made the audio, and then I said, there's the technicians in the other mall working 2 days in a row on the fire panel, right? And then there was also another conversation I heard just walking by. I can't remember if it was inside or just outside some mall. Also in the last couple of days, when they're saying something about a fire alarm. Um, and then there's this one today, right? April 6th, 2024. I just showed you the fire department responding to the Eaton Center. And remember, there was also another fake alarm at the Eaton Center. I think I mentioned that one somewhere, perhaps on that audio from early April. Whether I mentioned it or not, I think I did. But there was a fire alarm at the Eaton Center also, like sometime in the last 2 or 3 weeks before this one today, right? And the other interesting, and so of course, if you heard the audio that I put on in early April about the other alarms, then you know what I'm thinking with this one. Obviously, I'm thinking that Bro is behind this, and another reason I'm thinking this is because, remember, the fire department, like I said, they responded to that about. I saw the truck just out of the corner of my eye. I was sitting here on the bench in this mall, and Eaton Center was right across the street from me, and I just out of the corner of my eye, I saw the fire, the red lights flashing. So I turned and looked, and then I thought, oh, wait a second. I looked at my watch, right? It's like, it was 18 after 12. And I thought, wait a second here. Um, based on how long it takes them to respond, at least 10 minutes. And I'm thinking, okay, they pulled up there now, like at 18 after 12. I'm thinking, if you give her another few minutes, that alarm could have went off at 12:05. And that's two significant numbers right there if it's at 12:05. Obviously, that represents my birthday, right? 12th of May, right? So if it wasn't 12:05 that it went off, it was very darn close. So basically, that's just, if it is 12:05, then obviously that's just more evidence that he is behind it. What else? What else was I going to say? Yeah. Okay. So well, I think. I was probably going to say something else, but lost my train of thought here. I'm only like half awake here. Didn't sleep very well last night, and have a bit of a cold, and so my thoughts are probably more jumbled than usual, or probably less articulate than usual, especially on video, because, like I said before, got no editing software, and I got no pause button on this, and so yeah. But anyway, I was lucky that I had my camcorder, that I had the battery in the camcorder, and that I had at least some charge left. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to get it because, usually, my camcorder's not ready to go at a moment's notice, right? Because the battery needs a lot of recharging in that, right? So, and I don't usually keep the battery inside because that just, depletes it more gradually, right? So, but this time it was already inside the camcorder, and so. Had a little bit of charge left. I was able to do it right on the mark, within a few minutes of them arriving. Otherwise, they would have left. By the time I would have gotten the, battery inside and all that, they probably would have left because we saw how quickly they left. You didn't see when they arrived, but believe me, they arrived at about 12:18 or 12:19. So, oh yeah, I know. I just remember now what I wanted to add. I hope my battery doesn't run out now. What I wanted to add also is this. This is also more proof that my brother monitors me through Wi-Fi cameras, through public Wi-Fi cameras. There's lots of evidence on this online that Wi-Fi cameras can be hacked. They're hacked all over the world. They have websites where you can see hacked Wi-Fi cameras. CBC did a show on this, or one of the programs, Marketplace, or it's a news program they did a couple of years ago about Wi-Fi, hacked Wi-Fi cameras. Business Wi-Fi cameras, people's residence Wi-Fi cameras. You see people having a private barbecue in their backyard. They think it's private, but it's not private. There's people from all over the world watching them on some strange website that has access to these hacked Wi-Fi cameras, right? And so obviously my brother being an IT pro, of course he knows about all this, right? And so I think he monitors me. There's been plenty of indirect evidence in the last couple of years. I was already suspicious before this that he was monitoring me through Wi-Fi cameras all over any city I'm in, right? Because of course there are Wi-Fi cameras anywhere. And now I'm just that much more suspicious because I think he saw me sitting here through one of the Wi-Fi cameras in this mall. This mall, by the way, is called Atrium Bay, right across the street from the Eaton Center in downtown Toronto, near Yonge and Dundas. I think he saw me sitting here on the bench because he hacked one of these cameras. So we got cameras all around. Sometimes you can see the camera, sometimes you can't. Believe me, there are cameras everywhere. And so I think he saw me. He saw me sitting here on the bench, and he thought, okay, he's going to do the fire. That time he's going to do the. Then I think he thought he decided to do the fire alarm across the street to hack that alarm in that mall, because he knew that the fire truck would appear there. Probably because when he hacked it last time, and I think he hacked it last time. Like I said, 3-4 weeks ago, there was an alarm at the Eaton Center. I think that was one of his hacks also. And I think at that time, if he didn't already know, then he did at that time. He knew then where the fire trucks appear. Okay, I think. In other words, I think they always appear at the same entrance, right? Or at least most of the time. And so basically, I think based on that information, he figured, okay, since I'm sitting here, and I've been at this mall quite a bit in the last month or the last couple of months, right? So he wouldn't be too surprised that I'm here, once in a while, once a week, or sometimes twice a week, right? So he probably figured, okay, since I'm sitting at this particular bench, and then that entrance is right across the street from this mall, and he knows that like I'm gonna look outside the window sometime, right? And even without looking out the window, like I said, the flashing lights caught my eye just out of my peripheral vision, right? So again, he probably knew where the fire department was going to park. He knew where I was sitting based on hacking the Wi-Fi cameras, and so he figured, he would give me another sign that he was behind another fake fire alarm, if it was indeed a fake fire alarm at the Eaton Center. And I think it was, because, like I said, why else would the fire department leave so quickly, right? As I said, they came at 12:18, 12:19 at the latest, and they left, like I showed you, well, I didn't show you the clock. Trust me, I didn't have time to pull up my computer and show you the real time, on that Time Is website, to show you the exact time that this is happening. But believe me, I started this recording at 12:21, and the fire truck left a couple minutes after, so that would be like 12:23 or 12:24, right? So basically, it was there for like less than 10 minutes, maybe like 5-6 minutes, right? And that's that's to be expected for a fake fire alarm, right? I mean, if it was a real emergency, they'd be there a lot more than 5-6 minutes. They'd be pulling out hoses and stuff, and running around, and they were walking around very casually. As you could see them, returning to their truck and walking. Well, I think you can see that. I can see it. They were walking casually, and like I said, they left after just 5-6 minutes of being there, right? So, I mean, more than likely, that was a fake fire alarm. And based on everything, I just said, on my reasoning that I just explained, I think it's just more evidence that Bro was behind this one, just like I think he was behind the other ones. And so I guess, oh yeah, I just remember now. I mentioned on the audio, but I'll mention it here too. Nelson said, just remember that other alarm that I was talking about. One of the other alarms, I should say, happened on April the 1st. So April Fool's Day. Oh yeah, and just remember what mall it was too. Yeah, that mall was not far from here, maybe like a 5-10 minute walk from here. And that was on April 1st, right? So I think I made an audio for that one. I don't think I made a video. If I did, I don't. Anyway, I made an audio or a video for that one. And yeah, that was definitely April 1st. I know I made an audio for one of them. I might have made an audio and video for that one. I can't remember. Sometimes I make videos that I don't put up, right? For various reasons, if they're too long, or if there's just too many mistakes in them, that type of thing, right? But anyway, there was definitely an alarm on April 1st, for sure. Also, again, I wasn't surprised that it happened on April 1st, because it's him showing me that he still has a sense of humor. Yeah, he has a very dark sense of humor. Yeah, no doubt about it, right? But dark as it is still humorous in one way. To do it on April 1st, right? That's it's just anyway. What more can be said, right? But also with April 1st, it's also lends more credence to my theory. How he's into numbers, right? Because even though April 1st is a joke holiday, it's also a number, right? 4-1, right? And so anyway, I lost my train of thought there. But anyway, yeah. Like I said, I'm half awake here, and bit of a cold, so not feeling great. Anyway, this just hit the 50-minute mark. I just noticed my on the camcorder it hit 50 minutes, just over 50 minutes. I got to end it now. Thanks. See you soon. Bye.